I just came back from a trip where I had the opportunity to bring my camera and just take tons of pictures in a lot of beautiful places. And now I am finally home and I get to store hundreds of raw files in one of my SSDs. When it comes to photography, I have decided that I want most of the work to happen out there on the field as I am taking the pictures. So I try to reduce the post-processing as much as I can. Fujifilm cameras are actually perfect for that, letting me choose LUTs or effects within the camera and letting me see the results already as I take the photos. They are called recipes. I'll leave the one that I use in the description. And now when I come back home, I get to ignore not a bunch of raw files anymore, but a bunch of high quality JPEGs. Isn't that absolutely amazing? My family and friends see me spending all of this money on cameras and I bring this big camera everywhere, yet there is no doubt in my mind that the pictures that my mom takes with her phone are way more meaningful. At least they get seen more, they get sent around in WhatsApp groups and whatnot. But I want something more out of my work. I think my work has value and it has meaning, and I refuse to let it rot in one of my SSDs any longer. So what can I do? Before even deciding what I want to do with my pictures, I do have to sort them and prepare them. Some sort of post-processing is still necessary, but it's mostly just organizing. Photography is not really my thing, it's not my main thing. I'm more of a video and film guy, and to be honest, I never understood the art of photography too well. So when I talk about photography, at least at the moment, I'm not gonna be talking about the philosophies behind it and the artistic intention. I'm gonna be talking about it mostly as a craft that I can use to get better at cinematography. Getting better as an artist is hard. It's abstract, it's difficult to explain. It's all about the comparison between the artistic intention and the technical execution. But getting better at a craft is a way more direct process. And that's what I want to do with this video. I want to look at my pictures and understand why the ones that work and what the bad ones lack. So we start by taking out the trash. Every time I go out with my camera, I tell myself, if there is a single picture that I like from the whole batch, then this whole thing is worth it. And that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna go through the 767 pictures and we are just gonna delete the ones that are completely unusable and straight up bad. I'm gonna go through this fast because I understand it's not very interesting, but at the same time I think it's very important to show all the bad pictures that I have taken and how much of the work is actually just filtering and curating the pictures that you already have. I think the valuable work is not taken in a perfect state, pure from the outside. I think the valuable work is created at home after filtering and curating and putting it in the right format. So here are some of the pictures I deleted from the batch. Not much to see here really, just a bunch of unusable pictures due to bad exposure or lack of focus, no composition. Clearly there was something I intended to capture, yet I couldn't for one reason or another. And after looking at these images, I think the thing they have in common is that the situations were dynamic. I was in a car or in a train or trying to capture a moving subject, like street photography. So this is precisely what I think is better with more practice, just connecting the intention and the camera faster as things happen. So at the end of this process, I have 627 pictures. That means that I deleted 140 pictures and I could have deleted way more. But now finally it's time for... One thing about cinematography and photography is that it is a lot about exclusion. Nowadays people want to make everything cinematic and the word doesn't really mean anything anymore, but what I think they mean is intentionality. They want their work to look intentional, from the light to the composition to the depth of field. So now by cropping my images I hope to bring more intentionality into them by removing elements that don't really add anything to the picture or to the story. These are some examples of how I crop the pictures. The only objective is to take out unnecessary elements and improve the compositions. Ideally it would happen on the street, but then again, that's something I hope to get better at with more practice. After cropping the pictures, I am still stuck with a bunch of JPEGs and I haven't really done anything with them yet. So how can I present them? During my trip to Barcelona and La Costa Brava, the New York Times travel Instagram account uploaded suddenly and coincidentally a little photographic profile of the same area. So of course my first thought was, are those pictures better than mine? Followed by, I could do that too. And I think it's true. I think I could do that too. Yet they had something I didn't have, which was an initial intention and format. I would assume the person responsible for taking the pictures had the pre-assigned task to go to the area and portray these towns, this place, for the public. So the way they look at a place is immediately different from whatever I was doing. They look around and wonder, through pictures and short descriptions, what is the best way to portray or present this area to a public who lives probably far away and has never been here. On my side, I was just running around taking pictures of any aesthetic door or old person looking at the sea that I could find, and I didn't have a particular direction that I wanted to follow. Now, I won't be able to go back out there and take all of the pictures again with the intentions of the New York Times, but what I can do is take their format, which is 8 to 10 pictures, 9:5 aspect ratio for Instagram, and make my own version of the post with the pictures that I have with my own material, just as an exercise of comparison. When you have an idea of what you want to accomplish, you can aim better when you are out there taking the pictures, even if it is something like documenting a family vacation properly. If I, like the New York Times travel correspondents, had the assignment of documenting the area, I would focus probably on exactly the same things they focused on. Coming back to the meaning of photography, I think it just boils down to intention, the same as all art. Photography is nothing but a craft that you can use to express that artistic intention, and an image of anything, especially nowadays, doesn't hold any value unless there is an intention behind it. And usually the format is what allows you to present your work in a way where the public can better understand what your intention was. Saving your images in an SSD is not a format, it is waste. With the democratization of film and photography, the medium has become increasingly cluttered with images that are technically really good, yet they don't really hold that much intention behind them. The craft has become easier thanks to better tools, and this is a good thing. Pictures on Instagram are not art, they are posts, and they will be consumed as posts, so make sure to value what you make by presenting it in a format that communicates the value that it has. Just because something is a post doesn't mean that it is bad, it is just a different medium. The medium is the message. From my side, I have decided that I want to make a scene or a small photography book with the pictures I have prepared in this video. That in itself is going to be a whole other challenge, but I bet it's going to be really rewarding to have my pictures printed out. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And finally, I get to store my pictures not in an SSD any longer, but in a drawer.